It starts with a steady gaze and a slow reach. A paw pushes a glass off the table while your cat watches it fall. This often pairs with midnight sprints down the hallway or a sharp bite that ends a peaceful petting session. We usually label these moments as chaotic or even mean-spirited. We look at cats through a human or canine lens, expecting a social hierarchy and logic that simply doesn't exist in the feline brain. Underneath the fur, a domestic cat functions as a dual-natured specialist. It is an agile apex predator that remains, by biological necessity, a hyper-vigilant prey animal confined within human architecture. Every behavior we find weird is actually a specific execution of millions of years of evolutionary programming. To live with a cat is to maintain an active wild biome in your living room. Humans are diurnal, but cats are crepuscular, programmed for activity at dawn and dusk. They sleep up to 16 hours a day to preserve energy for hunting. Those 3 a.m. Zoomies are the release of that stored potential. This predator lineage also dictates what they drink. In the wild, still water is a breeding ground for bacteria. When a cat ignores their clean bowl to drink from a dripping faucet, they are following an instinct that tells them running water is safer. Even gifting dead mice or toys is a survival lesson. Mother cats in the wild bring back disabled prey to teach their kittens how to finish a hunt. When an indoor cat leaves a toy on your rug, they are attempting to train a human they perceive as an incompetent hunter. These annoying household habits are the refined survival strategies of a forest hunter adapted to a carpeted environment. The other half of their behavior is driven by the fact that cats are also small enough to be hunted. When a cat rolls over to show you its belly, it is a genuine gesture of safety and trust. However, as the schematic shows, the abdomen houses their most vulnerable internal organs. Touching this area triggers a hardwired defense reflex. The cat isn't trapping you. Its nervous system is simply protecting its life from a perceived threat. This same prey instinct explains the magnetic pull of a cardboard box. For a species that is regularly hunted in the wild, an enclosed box functions as a secure cave. It provides physical warmth and blocks the angle of a rear ambush. Sudden aggression or the drive to hide are automated self-preservation tactics, inherited from ancestors who had to outsmart larger predators to survive. Because they map their world through scent, cats use glands on their cheeks and paws to mark their domain. When they scratch your furniture, they are depositing pheromones to claim the space as part of their territory. They also use physical memory to communicate comfort. The rhythmic kneading against your lap is a regression to kittenhood, mimicking the nursing reflex they use to signal contentment to their mothers. Perhaps their most specialized adaptation is the meow. Adult cats rarely vocalize this way with each other in the wild. This specific sound was developed almost exclusively to bridge the gap and communicate with humans. These animals have actively rewired their wild communication systems to incorporate humans into their social structure. Understanding these biological wires is the only way to build a lasting bond. For example, a cat's hearing is vastly more sensitive than ours. Loud yelling is processed as an overwhelming physical threat, not a correction. Traditional discipline often fails with felines because they lack the social context for punishment. Instead of learning a lesson, they learn to categorize the shouting person as a dangerous predator. This is why internet pranks, like startling a cat with a cucumber, are so damaging. They shatter the security of the one place the cat feels safe, their core territory. Building trust requires meeting them in their biome. This means providing vertical vantage points for safety and using non-aggressive signals, like the slow blink, to communicate that you aren't a threat. You cannot train a cat like a dog. You must respect their biological boundaries and earn the right to share a home with a wild predator.